These are my 7 factors affecting your property's value. Number 1 has to be competition from other properties. Ultimately, it is called a housing market for a reason. It is a market, and it's a case of supply and demand. And if there are other properties that are very similar to yours on the market at the same time, it will affect the value of your property as buyers have choice. And it's important where possible to make your home stand out in that busy marketplace. The second thing that affects the value of your property is undoubtedly the condition. Newer homes or homes that are extremely well presented, clean, tidy. They don't have to be super modern, but just homes that are extremely well presented, both inside and out, will always achieve more than the equivalent home that isn't in as good a condition. Regularly, we will advise clients to make changes to their property, to the condition of their property, before they put it onto the market. So that this might be having decorating work done, it might be having the garden tidied, it might be having the kitchen resprayed in certain cases, various works, not all of which cost a huge amount of money, but they can definitely add value to the value of your property. The third thing that affects the value of your property is how the home is presented. So at Storeys, we call it the styling. So how is it laid out? How is it presented internally? You've got to envisage your buyers, or your buyers have got to envisage themselves living in your home. As we always say, you're not selling your home, you're selling your buyer's next home. And how it's styled and how it feels and how it's laid out makes a huge difference, both to the marketing, therefore the amount of viewings that you get, and also the eventual value, because the nicer, for want of a better word, that it is, the more your estate agent should be able to negotiate out of your buyers. Fourth thing that affects your property's value is how it looks from the front, from the road, the curb appeal. This plays a massive part in the value of your property. The more desirable the property is from the road, the more interest you're going to get. The more interest you get, the more competition you should be able to create between buyers, the higher the price will become. So really consider, what does it look like from the roadside? The curb appeal is a very important factor, and it's our number 4. Number 5 in our things affecting your property value is overvaluing by estate agents. This is not commonly known, but if you overprice your home, it leads to it being sat on the market for much longer, and ultimately you will get less than if you'd priced it competitively and realistically from the start. In some cases, estate agents aren't being unscrupulous in overvaluing, they just sometimes get it wrong. And in the worst cases, agents will overvalue just to get your property onto the market, get a board up, and then we'll try and get you to reduce to get it sold. And overvaluing is really damaging. So whatever valuations you receive from estate agents, make sure you drill down into the data that they present to you, which backs up the numbers. Getting the valuation and the marketing price correct is absolutely vital to securing the highest possible selling price. Number 6 in our 7 factors affecting homes value is the location. There's lots that goes into the word location. This can mean how close it is to a really top performing school. It can mean how close it is to commuter links, how close it is to an airport, and how close it is to a village centre, how close it is to a good selection of pubs and restaurants. Location can mean where it sits on the plot. Is it close to the road? Is it set centrally within the plot? It can mean how close it is to other neighbouring houses. Is it overlooked? Location means lots of different things, but location is definitely an important factor in the value of your property, and also it's something you quite often can't do anything about, but it does play a key role. And then number 7 ties in with number 6 in that these are things that we can't control. Number 7 is interest rates and inflation. Interest rates have risen recently. We're filming this video in early 2025, and they've risen by around 5% since the end of 2022, which is an enormous increase, and that really had a massive effect on the market. The higher the interest rates, the higher the cost of borrowing, and the more buyers will factor that into what they're prepared to pay. We had a huge increase in house prices between 2020 and 2022, and this was partly driven by historically low interest rates and availability of money. This drove prices up. Now prices have settled, levelled, slightly increased in some places, fallen in others, but massively affected by interest rates, and off the back of that, inflation. How expensive is it to live? How expensive is a loaf of bread? How expensive is the petrol that you put in your car? How expensive are your electricity bills? Inflation and interest rates are things generally we can't do anything about, but they have a massive impact on the value of your home, and that's why we've included them in our top 7 factors. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the notifications bell, and watch this next video for more tips. These are the, and I did that then, 7 things. That's funny.
Photoshopping 2 extra fingers.
Yeah.